is going to do the recap. And they're just going to have to be late for it. So, and I know that Kyrian is not going to be here. This is his last. He's in the final stretch.
That's good.
On D4. Why can should I be looking with my foot? What's happening? There's a D4. All right. All it took was the thread of a foot. Okay. Indy, it picked you.
Okay.
For the past 2 weeks, you don't need to go.
I don't know if I did or not. I don't remember, so I'll go.
2 weeks ago.
I went 2 weeks ago? That's okay.
Last week.
I'll go. Okay. I have notes. Okay, so let's see. So last time, just going to the top of my. Okay, so a couple of different things. We finally get to land and everything. Talar had tried to repair the rowboat. Corlin tried to convince Locke, that she wanted the island to kind of like take them out. Didn't work, and everything. And then Lyric talked to his guide. I'm trying to think of the official term for it. And the guide remembered that Lily had a wife, everything, named Daisy, which none of us remembered. So he gave Lyric some advice on how to go into town and try to look up old legends and things to try to figure out what might be causing this, because if there's a powerful enough creature in the area, it could be creating this effect on everybody. And then we started to head inland when that happened, and our shadows started moving without our consent, and there were a lot of spiders around and everything, and we made a decision to go back and have Locke talk to Lily to try to get her alone so Lyric can do something to try to see if we can have her remember what's going on. I think that's pretty much it.
Nice.
I think that's pretty much it.
Anyone want to add anything? Okay. Hang on. I am coming into video. I haven't forgotten about that. I'm just sorting my life out.
Yeah, and if they don't want to, they don't have to. No big deal.
I mean, I don't hate it. I like seeing your faces. I'm gonna throw the PC question in there. Give you guys a little bit of time. To
That's cool.
Answer it. Okay. So there's that. You guys can do that for a second while I make sure I have everything set up.
Okay, I'm here.
We're doing PC question. That was easy. You wrote that into your backstory. Somebody planned ahead, everyone. Kyrian has a short break, so he's answering, even though he won't be able to play tonight.
It's dedication.
I think this is his release. I don't think just this game, but this is the only one because he and I and Kari and I play together, and he can't make the other game at all. So this is his one thing. He's almost done though. I think Kari, correct me if I'm wrong, but he is going to be done next Wednesday.
Yeah, it's actually going to be up this upcoming Wednesday, the 8th,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Assuming they don't surprise him with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys like 3 more minutes, and if you don't finish it up then, that's fine, but we'll start playing then. You can just, as you finish it, please add a DM inspiration. So Indy, you've got one. Locke, you've got one.
Very good.
I'm gonna give on Kyrian's first week back. I think he missed the week where you guys could have 2 of them. So I think next week when he can actually be here, I'm gonna let him have 2 at the beginning of that game, and then if he doesn't use them, they're gone. Just since I think he missed that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kara and Piper, I like your little dog art on the wall. I just zoomed in.
Thank you. I love it. I got it off Etsy.
I like Etsy.
And can you see still? So this one right here has our
Oh,
says they still talk about you, and then Shiloh, who's our dog that passed away, it says,
Aw.
"I know." It's really cute. Absolutely love it. Star Wars stuff and everything. Eventually, we'll add more to it. Shadow, get your head out of the dishwasher.
He's trying to help wash the dishes.
Yeah, he also tried to help eat my food.
Well, he's trying to help wash the dishes.
Loves to dig, so she taught him the wonders of digging because he really just didn't have a concept of it before. And so now he keeps digging holes near the fence, shoving his balls under the fence to the neighbors, and then just sits there and whines. Like, you are a smart boy. Why are you doing this? Like, I want attention.
My sister's dog used to do that. She used to shove her toys under the couch, and then my sister would have to lie face down on the floor and shove her arm underneath. Coraline, you can have your inspiration. All right, let's get started. 5:43. Feel free to answer later, but we're not gonna wait anymore. So you guys travel back into town, correct?
Yeah, I don't know if we should go do that date thing right now, though.
It is currently, since I am falling short on my duty, I mean, it's 8. It's up to you guys. If you want to go back in town now, that's fine. It is 8 p.m. On Res, the 3rd week of Thon, in the year 4226, Age of the Green Dragon. And yeah, Locke is scheduled for a date at 2.
I think Lyric would be mad if we went into town and started researching myths and stuff like he told us. You do that.
Be easier to not be late the closer we are to town.
Okay. Coraline, do you want to go into town with us and we can just try to research what Lyric had been talking about with like myths or stories about the town?
Are you guys back in town already? Or are we saying that you have traveled back?
No, we have not.
We were still there.
Okay, just making sure.
So
We'll start
traveling back.
maybe.
I mean,
Let's see,
I'm not
Talar, do you have-
really the book smart kind of gal.
You're someone who liked to investigate.
I'm gonna know
what are we investigating?
the legends.
Okay, well, we have to get back into town first, right? So we need to
Oh, before
start
we
that
head
trek.
out, have our shadows started acting normally again?
If you haven't headed anywhere, then they're still kind of doing their own thing. Just sort of intermittent.
We left it at being
Still overnight and everything.
If you're still
Okay.
in the woods, is what I'm saying. They're doing that.
Can I druid craft like a flower, like a bud or whatever, and see if that also appears with my shadow?
Oh, good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it does.
You druid craft a flower, and you see the shadow of the flower grow in your shadow's hand. Roll perception.
Okie dokie. 5.
You see the shadow. Locke, you notice, and Lar, what's your passive perception? I feel like everyone's is okay. Locke notices. I think that this would be a little bit more harder to see. If anyone has like over 16 passive perception.
It's 10.
That would be me, I believe. Sorry, one second.
Nope, you're
Um,
fine.
My dog was just going up on like the two back legs trying to get my attention. Let's
Nope.
trying to stand.
15.
Yeah,
I'm 15.
So Locke, yours is higher though, right? Yours is like 17?
18.
18. Okay. Talar, your investigation's real high. What about your passive perception?
It's not that high. It's 15.
Okay. Locke, you notice that there is actually a plant growing out of the ground, like in the shadow. It kind of takes the same shape and form as the shadow of the plant.
But it seems more real.
It is. It's a
Okay.
plant. Yeah, like as she grows the plant in her hand, the shadow grows at the same time as a shadow colored plant.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna try and like pull it out of the dirt.
You do. It's there. You can.
Can I compare it to the one that she grew?
It's not the same. I mean, it's the same shape as the shadow was.
Right.
Feel free to roll investigation. I will say it's just very obviously not the same shape. Anyone could see that.
Right. 17.
It is and Talar, you would notice this as well with your passive investigation. It's the same shape that the shadow was. So, I mean, it's distorted from the original plant because shadows are always like elongated or truncated based off of the angle of the light, that kind of thing. But it fits the shape of the plant, but it's just like it's black or like a very dark kind of purpley gray. It doesn't look like it quite knows what flower it's supposed to be. It only knows like the general shape. I think that, give me 1 second here. Both of you would notice, Locke, you notice that it's got kind of like a weird sticky feeling, as you touch it.
Okay.
And then both of you would notice, and Talara, feel free to roll, like if you want to roll investigation to go higher than your passive, feel free to do so, and then I will tell you what you notice.
I would like to.
Okay.
Passive.
Passive is
Yeah.
18. I'm looking at it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying you said I can roll investigation or perception.
Yeah, you can investigation this would be because you're looking for details.
Gotcha. Holy shit. It's a 1.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we'll go with your passive. That's fine.
Starting off strong.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Do it now while you still have that passive to, cover for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you. Oh, but Locke, your passive investigation is also very high. Both of you would notice that it's like it looks sickly. It's not dying, but it doesn't look healthy. It's like weirdly dehydrated looking. I think Corlin would eventually catch on to this. It's dark out, but she's a plant person. And just the roots are very like thin and small. Except for like there's a one central route that's super long. And just kind of gross and slimy. It almost looks like the coloring and like striations of a maggot, if that makes any sense.
Ah,
um
that's gross.
uh it's not the same flower. It didn't know how to be the flower that it was imitating. It was just imitating the shadow is kind of what you would
Right. Huh. Well, this more further study. Huh.
Why it be like that?
I don't know,
It's like everything
Huh.
was infested.
but I want to play with it.
You want to play with the slimy thing?
Yeah. It might have some very interesting properties.
No, you're right.
Like it tries to kill us like everything else on this island.
Well, you never know. Maybe if we can understand this better, maybe we'll understand what we're up against better.
Well, I guess you can take it with you.
I plan to. Alright. So, off to... oh, I got one more question. When I, like, if I switch which hand I'm holding it, does my other hand have, like, a sticky residue on it, or does it just feel...
you go to switch hands and it kind of sticks to your hand.
Oh,
But not like when I say sticks, it's not like gooey sticky. It's almost like it is attaching like Velcro. And you go and you look at it, and both of you would notice this. Like if Talara, if you were looking at it and you noticed that he was kind of like pulling at it, you notice his skin kind of pull with the plant as he switches hands. There are tiny little like filaments that have dug into your skin as you go to switch hands.
anyone got a piece of cloth I can put this in?
Just
I've been
rip
working
off
as a
a piece
tailor.
of
Do I
her
have
skirt.
spare cloth on me from my tailor working?
Nope,
Every day?
Orlin already ripped off a piece of skirt.
Okay,
Well-
there you go.
So Locke will, without trying to destroy it, but like hold on to it, and he's gonna rip it like a band-aid as best he can, and get it so
Ow.
that it's inside the little piece of the skirt.
Sure, go ahead and roll a dex check.
Well, that's not gonna work. 1.
I mean, you get it. It comes off of your hand. You put it in the cloth. There are a couple like little teeny tiny like plant bits sticking out of your finger.
Oh,
Do you
Kinda stuck in
feel
there.
Any different? Are you okay?
do I feel any different?
You feel fine.
No, I feel fine.
I mean, it's already possessed. What else can happen?
Yeah.
That's really the terrifying question.
Wait, I'm not possessed. You guys are possessed.
Uh-huh, yeah, totally.
Anywho, all right, we ready?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right, so we'll start heading back then.
You guys get back into town around 9. Where are you? I mean, are you going? Where are you going when you get into town?
Is anything open still?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know. I would say Indy would know from her time, like exploring the town and the surrounding area. The church is kind of open. I mean, it's not. There's a caretaker. The caretaker is not open 24/7, you know, or it's not awake 24/7, excuse me. But they are there, and it's meant to be accessible. You don't know if you'd be waking anyone up or not, but they're like around. Um,
Would there be anywhere open in which we could look into the history of the town?
Lyric, are you here? I know you're here, but are you like settled?
Kind of, yeah.
How's your cat?
He's hanging in there.
Poor BB.
Aww.
Yeah. He just needs to, basically, it's just making it until tomorrow morning where we can take him back to the vet.
Well, Sam gets the gold medal for Sam gets all of the gold medals for catching that.
Sam, they say you get all the gold medals
No.
and Kubo's. Yeah. Yes. She is very touched.
So do you remember? I don't want to like I don't want to like. I think it's important that you guys, you know, kind of do your version of things. So I don't want to spoon feed things to you.
What's going on?
They're asking if there's a place that they can go to research
Where?
in town. Like
Oh, yeah. There's a library.
You're figuring what you told us. We'll research until 2 a.m.
Yeah, there's a library, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
You think it's open to go to?
I think I got that impression.
Okay. Let's find it.
And then like you guys would know that the pub is open, but that's not the library for sure. You don't remember where he said the library was, do you? It's okay.
Yeah.
He suggested the church for just general books, and then like town records would be in town hall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Completely.
Yeah, good job. You did it.
You did it. Hooray.
Okay, where do we want to head first to look and see? I think Wolfgang's doing Morse code to us.
Oh shoot, I meant to mute.
You're okay.
He's like,
It's like church, Morse code.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's start with the church.
That sounds good.
Okay. You guys approach the church, which if you're looking at the map, if you remember, is this building right here.
Wait, can we see our shadows still?
Once you leave the forest, they start behaving correctly.
Do I still have my flower?
You still have the flower.
Okay.
That's weird. That's suspicious.
Your shadow is conjuring real fake things. Just so you know. I thought it would disappear by the time we got back here. Oh well.
I mean, it's just sad that that's what it thought a flower was. Like, if it's just going off a shadow, like, that's what it, of all things, like, it's just sad. My shadow should know better.
Yeah. Oh well. We can complain later. Let's figure this out for other stuff first.
Makes me think
Whatever it is, we were heading in the right direction.
Maybe. Or maybe this island
Yeah.
is more fucked up than we are aware of. So.
Well, I think we should stop casting shade at our shadows and continue on.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
That
you.
was a knee slapper. Casting shade.
You guys head into town. You get to the church around 9. You look in the building.
9.
There. Go ahead. Somebody say something?
I said 9.
No, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, 9. You see in the building like one very faint light.
Is it a firelight?
It appears to be something small, like a candle or something like that.
Light's light.
Okay, so I guess we'll head up to the door and see
Yep.
what happens.
Head on
I
up
mean,
and
you head up to the door. You're at the door.
give it a knock.
Uh,
Shave and a haircut.
and you get no reply. And then you wait for a bit, and
I will knock again.
yeah, I mean, you see. Huh?
It's 9 at night, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay.
And then you see just like another light traveling up towards the door. And you see a thing.
Is the door,
Um,
you said the door is locked.
It's not.
Okay, I
Look,
think
the door
I
is
think Locke
open.
was saying that he was gonna go up.
No, I was asking, have we tried yet?
Oh,
It's open.
I'll look back at Locke and say, "Touche," and then I will try to open the door.
You do. And as you are entering, you see a small, there's somebody. I gotta look in my notes. You see a small, I think it's a gnome. Am I making that up? Nope. Alton. You guys had been told about before. You see a small, kind of nut brown,
Yep.
scraggly, kind of wild and crazy, sort of spring green mixed with blonde, like just a very pale kind of greenish blonde hair, little snub nose, pretty cheerful demeanor. He is wearing comfy clothes, fluffy slippers, but does not look like he was like awake. Just looks like he's maybe traveling from a different part of the building. And he says, "Hello. My name is Alton. I'm the caretaker."
Hello, Alton. We are just in spiritual need. We are down and out, and we just need guidance. Can you provide?
I mean, the sanctuary's in here. I can show you around. And he'll just lead you through. There's just looks to be a sort of a larger area in the front, but then like you pass through that and there's a hallway in the back right side. And down that hallway, there's a bunch of like smaller rooms, which looks like they would be for like individual or small group meditation. He says as much, you know, if you need some privacy. There is like a votive thing if you want to light a candle for something. And he's carrying around a candle which appears to be magically lit. Like it's not dripping or anything like that. It's just sort of like it's providing light. That's it. I mean, there's some, you know, instruments in here, and he kind of like fumbles in a door, and there's like a closet with some instruments lined up. If you're the sort of person that worships with music, is there anything else I can? We have some.
I worship with words, with study, over language.
Do you want the library?
Could you direct me? Yes.
It's not really religious. It's just sort of a public library. Do you want the public library?
But words can inspire beyond the power of any.
Right. I'm not
Religion.
religious. It's fine. Good for you. And he'll just turn back and go back like the way that you came back into like the larger chapel, and then like go down the other hallway on the other side, and lead you into just a room that's filled with books. It sort of looks like take a book, leave a book kind of a deal. Like there's no. He kind of explains that you just if you want to leave one, don't take them all. Don't be a
Alton,
shithead.
Alton,
That's the
I-
general rule here.
Alton, I worship the Crimson Lady Firehair Soon herself. Have you heard the good news? You say
I
you're
have.
not
She
religious.
doesn't seem to be a bookish sort, unless you're talking about, like fantasy Karma Sutra.
Have you heard the good news?
I mean, I've heard the good news of sex. Is that what you're talking about?
And yet you still find no spiritual passion for the lady herself?
I mean,
Let's just go to the library.
We're trying to have sex with this guy. I don't understand what's going on. Like, are we good? Is this good?
no,
He's not-
thank
no,
you.
He's not. He said he wasn't. He said he wasn't religious. Don't you want to like make him follow the Wild Mother? Isn't that what we're supposed
No.
to do? Isn't that what religious people are supposed to do? I don't
Locke asked
know.
if we have a separate room.
I literally like grew up in a brothel. Okay, I don't. I don't fucking know how religion works. I thought I was supposed to tell people about it.
Are you all those like Morgans I've heard about that go door to door and try to sell your own? I don't want any pamphlets.
Was Morgan
have
supposed to say
doors.
Mormon?
Morgans. No, it's not Mormons.
I
Mormons don't exist in
worship-
this world.
I am a.
God.
Say Church of Latter-day Saints. I couldn't say that one, so I went with Morgans.
I don't. I know. I'm confused. Can you tell me about this place, Alton? What? This is just a general worship area?
Yeah, we don't have
For
any
everyone?
specific church. I mean, it's sort of there's a lot of people that come through town either because they're like delivering goods or traveling to larger islands in the Confederacy and Confederation. I'm
Is
making
there-
names up, y'all.
Is there anyone here who is religious? Who is
Oh,
like
yeah,
a part of the staff?
Lots of people in town, but they specifically chose me because I don't give a fuck. I mean, I fuck, but
Well,
it's
I mean,
different.
from what I understand, you give many fucks. And
Not no.
our
No.
lady would be proud. But
Thank you.
what I guess what I'm asking is there anybody on staff here who is?
No, I was specifically chosen as a neutral party. This is a
Oh,
place
you're the
where
only
people
staff.
can come and seek their own type of spiritual enlightenment. We have a garden out back in like it's very small. But in the cemetery, so I think that's sort of like Shantea and Melora and also the Raven Queen. I mean, this is just choose your own adventure. Welcome to the chapel.
It's wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
If you wouldn't mind, I'm just out of curiosity, other than those that you just listed, who else is worshipped here that you notice on a daily basis, perhaps?
I mean,
Maybe somebody who's been in town for a while and worships somebody. Like a long time. Anything?
everyone has their own religions, and not everybody comes to the chapel specifically. This is more if you need like a space away from other people.
Is there anyone who needs a space away from other people sometimes that worships something that you think is maybe kind of hinky?
Normally, the people that come here are not very needy. They just sort of come in and do their business. So I don't.
Surely you observe, you see at times. You would know if anything strange was going on.
I clean up after they leave. I sweep the floors
And you haven't swept up anything out of the ordinary.
like blood.
Yes, or any sort
No,
of
there's
viscera.
been no blood. I mean, honestly, like the weirdest thing There was somebody that came through that left glitter everywhere, and I will tell you that stuff does not go away. I don't even know who they were worshiping. They were from some sort of far off place. I don't even think they might have been just messing with me. It might have been a party, but that took ages to clean. No, there's been nothing weird.
Did you receive an envelope full of glitter?
I didn't.
Does somebody
I
have it
cleaned
out
up
for
out of the
you?
room.
Who did you wrong?
What?
Who did you wrong, Alton?
I mean, I'd probably piss somebody off at some point.
You know what,
time.
Alton? Frankly, I've just never been more offended by somebody being so just instantly offended, just angered by my religion. Will you please just leave us be here in the library?
Nothing would make me happier. And he just walks back out.
All right.
What's wrong with you?
I was trying so hard to get
Seriously?
information out of him, and he had nothing to give me.
Was,
And that
is
is
that
fair.
what that was?
Listen, I thought maybe somebody here has been worshiping somebody, strange, and he would have noticed, but apparently not. So, and that, you know what? And that's fine. That's totally
You
fine.
aren't.
Not everybody's gonna have information, and I'm okay with that.
Just want to say I'm very proud of you right now. That was the most chaotic thing I have ever witnessed, and I loved it.
Are
You stop it.
Thank you. It's good to know I have somebody on my side.
are sexual
Yeah.
relations a necessity for your religion?
Probably.
No. No.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Yeah, like, is there like any like asexual or demisexual like people that worship her?
I don't. The thing is, I
Mhm.
grew up in a. There was no temple to Soon. The Lady of Love, that was sort of the closest thing that she had to a temple. There's not. I am not studied, so I don't really know. Frankly, I know very, very little about her.
You know what? And that's okay.
I know she made me hot, and for that I will be eternally grateful.
Sorry, I was paying attention to something else. And it just slowly, the timer finally went off and bread is done rising. I got it. Sorry. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you guys are in the library. There's
But-
books.
There's
Right.
books.
It's not a huge room. It's like a decent sized room. It's kind of L-shaped. It's mostly the side that you're in is very long, but then it goes around a corner and there's a little back corner with just more like a little reading alcove kind of a deal. You feel like more of the foot traffic would be out in the longer area, but if you wanted just a little bit more, I mean, it doesn't seem, I don't know. That might be if you wanted to sit and kind of read for a while, that's your big comfy chair in Barnes and Nobles. And so, I mean, it's got very tall, you'll be happy to know, those of you who are like me and cannot resist a rolling thing. It's one of those things with the really tall shelves that have the ladders on them with wheels.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yes, yes,
No.
yes.
You
know
This
exactly
is the
what's happening.
best day.
The mummy all
Whee!
over again. This is the
There's
mummy.
there's books up and down. Yep.
I would
Talar,
like
You
to-
start there. I'm gonna go down here, and we'll meet in the middle.
Yeah. So when
I've already picked up a book.
Yeah.
roll
Just any
all
book.
the way across a bookshelf, singing and hanging off of it,
Yeah. Everybody roll investigation or perception, I guess. Investigation
like
is
to
gonna be
look
probably
for-
the more useful, but perception will get you something.
I like to look for books on Soon.
On Soon? Okay. Hey, you did it, Talar.
21.
I won
21.
D&D.
And I used my inspiration.
2020.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look for history on the town, legends, different things like that, like my brother said.
Okay. Lyric, you're looking for Soon, you're looking for town history and folklore. 20, what are you looking for? Or 21, excuse me, what are you looking for,
I'm
Locke?
looking for town lore, folk tales, that general.
And Talar, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for any books that would have been written, or any books that have a record of the town more than we met the guy, I did not take the notes of their names, but when we met with the not mayor last session, Talar asked who did she know of that's been in the town the longest, and she gave us the name of the guy we met in the tailor shop. I don't know specifically.
His dad. It was his dad.
His dad. Have we met his dad?
No.
Okay, so I don't know specifically how old he is, but I'm gonna hazard a guess. I'm looking for any books or records of that are written or older than like 60, 50, 60 years.
Okay. I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. I say the bottom. All of these are good rolls. But Lyric, you'll be happy to know that you do find some books on various religions. They are not at the bottom of the ladder. They're at the top. So
Yeah, let's go.
You find various different things. You find some stuff about like ocean travel and gods related to that, which makes sense because this is a seaside town. You find interestingly enough some luck and trickery, kind of very, very like vague stuff. You basically find like a huge like anthology of like world religion. It's up to you where, I mean, you're literally up like on the top shelf of books. There is actually like a shelf up above that seems to be well cleaned. Like Alton is doing his job. That's what he does. He cleans. And you could perch up there. You can go sit in a comfy chair.
I would perch.
It's these are pretty decent sized bookshelves, so it is very secure. Like it's not. I am not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling. I would be fine sitting up there. It's not bad. Yeah. So as you're flipping through, you do find information on Saloon. You find out that stuff that you already knew. Soon, I said Saloon, wrong one. Sorry. You guys have the same letter name. Your deities have the same letter name.
And they're like, I mean,
friends.
At least in like in the OG D&D lore, they're friends. I don't know about like, I guess that's a question really for you is how much of like OG of their stuff is true in this world? It's
pretty similar. You find some stuff that you know. She does have a history with Saloon. They are friendly. She does not like Umberlee. You find out about the sisters and brothers of the Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Just an order of knights. That this is slightly different. And it's not just knights like fighting knights. It's also like noble.
Like Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it includes, interestingly enough, artists, storytellers, musicians, but people specifically who have elevated themselves to a certain level where the art that they're creating is like transformative, essentially, like the best of the best. And there are also some people who were accepted into the order specifically because they were just really hot, but like also decent people, like not just attractive, but like amongst all of the attractive people they were more but specifically that like the fighters in there and the bards that were spellcasters specifically in this order have, like, you find a section where they talk about historically they have helped fight many significant wars that you would, I mean, as much as, you know, like, I feel like you were sort of like you were a good student because you were intelligent, not because you really cared about all of the stuff you were learning, but they would sound familiar to you. And
I think like Lyric would find the fantastical aspects of history interesting, like war and
yeah,
that kind
and
of
so
stuff.
these sound familiar to you, and like that they have always been kind of leaders and significant movers and shakers within those wars. You specifically find with that role just a very brief mention of the House of Laska, um, which was a noble family in Motara that I would had been traditionally, not all of them, but many of them in that family had been in the Order of the and they had died out in the war that kind of ended the last age, which would have been, hang on, I know this, let me look at my notes. Nope, that's the wrong page. So this is the age of the green dragon. The previous age would have been the age of the sapphire dragon. And there was like this huge cataclysmic war, like about a little over like 4,000, probably a little over 5,000 years ago, excuse me, that lasted for quite a long time. And during that time, that family died out. But as you are reading that section, Yoren kind of like leans over your shoulder.
Fuck.
Careful, you're near the edge.
Scared the shit out of me, man.
I'm sorry. Did I ever tell you that was my last name or no?
No, I didn't think you have.
I didn't think I'd be in a book.
Wait. Oh, this is the war that you were in.
Yeah. My brother died in it too.
Note taking.
Wait, how big is this library?
It's big. Not all the shelves are full. Sort of like take a book, leave a book. You have the feeling that they sort of collect books from kindly travelers, because the books, like, if you're peeking through all these books, like the imprint is from different places, and it doesn't look like they spend loads of money on it. It just looks like, you know, like a lot of them are old and worn, and maybe people donated them.
No, that's fine. I'm just wondering if we're all like close enough that we hear Lyric talking to himself.
He is way up high. You could probably hear his voice if you're close enough. But depends on what you're doing.
Okay. I just wondered.
He's super high up though.
You
Sorry,
are
Lyric, what were you
is
gonna say?
this? You are, and is this where you are? Is this where you're from?
My family is from Motara.
Oh, I mean, like Motara. Your family's from Motara?
Yeah.
Like a long time. Damn. Wow. 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 So, were you a brother of the Rose?
It kind of ran in the family.
Am I a brother of the Rose?
Not yet, but I don't think you'd be
Oh.
out of place.
They grant me the rank of master, but not a seat on the council, I understand.
That's more than that. Takes time.
Where can I find, I mean, I guess you, I mean, this might sound a little harsh, but you died a long time ago, so you might not know, but is there like a place for people like us?
The and Lyric, I don't know if you would know this. So this might be new information to Lyric. You can decide. I feel like this is something that maybe he wouldn't know, but potentially somebody could have traveled through. Roll history. We'll see if you know. I mean, if you do, it's not going to be much, but
11.
okay, you don't. So this will be new. You know it now. Soon doesn't have a lot of. Soon has a lot of storytellers in her faith. Very few of them are prophetic. That's more other deities, but there are a few. And it's more, there's always one. And they're the ones who find out. They know.
They know what?
They're told if there is a person who is destined to join the order,
Oh.
and they send word one way or another. It depends on where they are, where you are, what the best way of doing so is. But it's not
So
an
there's one right now?
organization specifically.
Is there one right now? Somewhere?
There's always one, and only one. I think Soon does not specifically want to step on the toes of deities who specialize in prophecy, but that is her method of communicating.
So I think I need to find this individual.
I could look into it.
My man.
I mean, do you want me to go
Air
now?
fist bump.
He
Sad.
doesn't know what he's doing. He just kind of, you do that and he goes like this.
Oh. And it goes through my hand.
Yes, yeah, it's the saddest fail at a fist bump. Yeah.
I think every time Lyric and Yuarn realize they can't touch each other, it's just another mini heartbreak.
No.
Yes. Wow. This is so much information. I didn't realize that there was so much. I just everything I knew was just what I had been told growing up. So I didn't realize that there was so much.
I didn't know an awful lot when I was alive. I knew, I mean, I attended lessons. You know, and when I got old enough, I sort of went down to the temple and explored the aspect of it, but
Temple? There was a temple?
yeah. There's one in Motara. It's in the Seven Sisters.
Wait, a temple to suit?
I'm make sure I'm not making that up. I think so. Seven Sisters.
It sounds familiar.
there's the Seven Sisters. It's not one of the main temples. It's a smaller one. Like the main temples are the more prominent deities, but it's there.
I'm gonna kick Locke's ass for not telling me about this.
He might not have known. I don't think.
Well, I mean, no. This is Lyric saying, regardless of whether Locke actually knew. I'm gonna kick Locke's ass for not telling, because that's his city.
It is.
Motherfucker.
And just like you, he should know everything about his city.
Yes. I mean, that is a critical, yes, no, yes, of course. Gotta know your city like the back of your hand. That way, when you are trying to flee, when your tongue gets caught in your eye teeth and you can't see what you're saying, and you need to flee, you know exactly where to go. This is great information. Do you think they'll mind if I take this book? They won't mind.
It appears to be pretty catch as catch can.
I mean, like, you don't think, like, would Soon mind if I took this book? Would Soon mind if this book became mine?
You could always ask that gentleman you were harassing. He was sort of, it was mutual harassment.
If he says no, and I still want the book,
He's a no.
what does
He's very
Soon...
tiny. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. Splendid. Spectacular. I am going to slide down this ladder like a excited little girl. So,
All right.
it was good to see you.
It's nice to see you too. Be safe. Do you want me to stay here with you, or do you want me to go looking for the Oracle now?
That would be great. Yeah, the Oracle.
Okay, I will do that. Be safe. If you call me. His voice trails away and you miss the end of the sentence. Roll a dex check. We'll see how good this is.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Locke moves it as he goes to go down it.
No, you slide down it, but it ends up being like not a very fun slide. It's more like just
When my hands are
rubber
burning.
the entire way down. You get down to the bottom and you have to kind of walk like a penguin. You maybe hit something in between the legs too. You're okay. Everything's still in working order, but you're probably gonna like have to walk like a penguin for a while. Next, we're working our way up. 18. 20 was Indy. Indy, you were looking for everything. What were you looking for? Town lore and so
yeah, and just history on the history.
Okay. And then also you said folk stories, right?
Hold on 1 second. That's where they were trying to send it to. Yeah. I just got an alert on my Walmart thing. Someone just got into my account and tried to charge $1,000 worth of stuff on my card, which didn't work, thankfully.
Yikes.
Crazy. Yeah, sorry.
Where were they gonna mail it to?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not. I had somebody steal my credit card information once, and they went to a Mexican restaurant and bought something at Coca-Cola. I was like, at least they have good taste, and like, I don't care one way or another about Coke, but Mexican food's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they thought I was richer than I am. So, yeah, that was not going to go through in any shape or form ever.
Ooh, honey, you stole from the wrong person.
Yeah, nice try.
Sorry, Tennessee. All right.
Okay.
Sorry that happened. Glad
Okay.
you caught it.
Yeah. I just deleted everything out of my/his cart. I was like, nope. Took off my card. Have a nice day, son. All right. So, anyways.
So with your 20, you would find, I would say, in order to find all of these things, you're like, you got to focus on something or stay here longer. Your choice.
repeat what you said. I'm
because
sorry.
you said town and folk
Oh, okay.
tales. So
Okay,
either
so
either pick one or you're going to be here longer
right.
than everybody else. Either one is fine.
Gotcha. I'm gonna do folklores.
Okay. You find a section of children's book. It's like a mix. It's children's book and like just general fiction, sort of like the easy read section. This is only like vaguely organized. You get the feeling that maybe Alton is not paid enough to care if things are alphabetized by and like grouped by genre. He does his best. They're vaguely in genre order. And you find tucked in some stuff. Hang on. But first, I need to come to terms with the fact that my cursor is on the other screen, and that's why I can't find it. Give me a second. You do find some things, though. You find an interesting book that looks as though it was left there. Where is it? Is it this? I gotta find it. Give me 1 second to dig this out.
No problem.
This is not the right thing, but I think it will get me to the right thing. No. All right. If it's not, then I've only got it on my computer, in which case, totally fine. Yeah, it's just on my computer. That's why I can't find it. Okay. That means it is here. You find a book, and it appears to be honestly just somebody's journal. But
Okay.
as you look towards the end of the journal, you note, and they don't appear to have been originally from this area. Like they look to have been some kind of traveler. There are some things written of like their adventures. You find notes about like visiting Cho'odin. Can I find any of this crap? Nowhere. I'll find it. Ooh, I think I know where it is. No, it is a problem. I'm just annoyed because I did this. This is the thing that I did.
Hey, can you let Shadow out? We can push the couch back a little more.
I'm gonna search to see if that does it for me. If not, I can still tell you.
Okay.
Ooh. Hey, I did it. Okay.
You did a thing.
You see in the back like what appears to be like a hat, like so he's writing and he's traveling with a group essentially. And he starts listing off that, like, you know, I met so and so, this person, blah 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 blah. They hit it off. He meets somebody else. They don't get along right away, but end up traveling together anyways out of just like convenience. Then they start, like, you can kind of, as you're flipping through, like they get over it. You know, he ends up traveling with a group of like 3 people. And you're kind of flipping through and it's like him writing about his journeys, specifically like focused around him and these 3 other people. And then, jeez, come on. No, cancel.
It's okay. I'm taking.
No, this is fine, but I've got it. I get it. And then at some point, they travel to here. You find just a similar pattern where he starts like the names disappear or he references them. You see like in some of the further back pages he like circles names and points, and it's the same person's handwriting, and it says like, who is this? Like what? I have no idea what this is. So he starts seeming sort of confused about what he's written previously in the journal, and that he doesn't know who the names are, and eventually he's only referencing like one specific person. And it is a woman named Reina. You see towards the and he's talking about how he has decided that they've decided to settle down in Gurza. And these are dated, and it's dated from like several hundred years ago, like 200 years ago. So it's been a while. It's been, oh no, he's not here to sing, but I'm singing it in my head. There he is. There's somebody. Somebody did this. They've decided to settle down here. Like they're old enough that they feel like maybe adventuring is not a good idea for them at this point, and they've decided to settle down here. They like the weather. They like that it's a little bit warm. They like that everyone is pretty relaxed. And then you see a poem and sort of a half-finished painting of a woman. The poem itself is finished. The painting isn't finished, and then down at the bottom you just see kind of hurriedly scribbled. I don't know why I wrote this, and I don't know why I know this face. I fear that I may be losing my memory.
Okay.
You
It's been happening for at least 200 years. That's terrifying.
hang on, desktop. And then you see some poems, which I will. Give me 1 second here. There we go. I have to save these. I found the original file. Oh no. Hang on. Come on, it does exist. Don't lie to me. Hang on. This is so stupid. I'll have to... Let me see if this one works. You find a couple poems that I will post. Oh, this is... It's
okay.
'cause it's because it's on my old computer. That's why.
Oh.
That explains why the font's gone too. Oh, right. That's okay. I will give you the poems. But you don't need to write them down. Will I give you the poems? I feel like I put them. Give me 1 second. This is so stupid. Nope. It's on my old computer. You know what? We're gonna take a short break because I have this. I made it. I worked really hard.
No problem. That
We're
works.
taking a
We'll
10-minute break. Everyone take a pee
Okay.
break. I'm gonna chase down this stupid file that I did make.
No problem.
Okay.
Sounds good. Get some snacks.